my little adventure of remodeling my garage. In today's goal, I have completed this wall, right? So as you can see, I got the wiring and everything, that looks good. I've completed everything on this wall except for that little post right there. And the reason is that basically this is attached here, and I don't know, like, I think I have to take this all apart before I can do anything with it, which isn't that big of a deal, but that will mean that I will have to, you know, snap a picture of how this is wired. That way I can, you know, take it off and wire it and do what I need to do and then hook it back up. But to be honest, I am thinking about getting a smart sprinkler system. Doing a little upgrade, making it smart. So that's kind of why I'm pausing that. I gotta finish this wall today, and I gotta, before I do this wall, gotta wire that wire socket outlet right there. So that's like the first thing I gotta do right now. I did spend a little bit of time before starting the video to get everything kind of moved out. I got the car moved out. I did add one little installation thing, so there was a little bit of stuff that I had to do, but yeah, this is gonna be probably an all-day thing. But I think this time, since I learned from this installation, I think this time I'm gonna measure this out and do what I need to do, and then just make like a template and then just pre-cut them all. That way it'll go faster. So rather than measuring, because I always seem to be off by just a little bit on every single one. Little update. I just kind of powered through it, moved forward, and I've come to a conclusion that I was stapling, but that takes so long to do. And then I just started pushing it in there and realizing it more or less just kind of stays up by itself. So does it need stapled? Maybe, maybe not. Either way, as long as it stays up there, I'm not gonna staple it anymore. Right now I'm working on the corner here. And as soon as I get that done, then I'm gonna finally tackle this one right here. So basically this corner here, I built a little shelf to hold up my gas tank. That way it was, because it's gravity driven and it holds like 14 gallons or something. I have to take the shelf down. I was thinking, you know, if I'm gonna make a permanent shelf, probably should make it a little bit better. I just made this in like 15 minutes on a random Saturday night. So other than that, I'm gonna have to tackle this, which I think for now, until I get, a sheetrocker lined up, I don't think I'm even gonna touch the wiring on this. I'm just gonna shove it in behind it. That's kind of what I've decided. And yeah, I am gonna hire a sheetrocker because I don't know how to sheetrock. Sheetrock's like 50 pounds a slab, and I'm, you know, getting that up 10 feet in the air. So I'm just gonna leave it to the professionals. Might cost a little bit more money, a lot more money, a little bit more money, but if you don't know how to do something and you just don't want to take the time to learn how to do it, screw it. Freaking wasp keeps harassing me. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Like, he comes and goes. I try to like shoo him off and kill him, but I have this. They won't land. You know, freaking land. But he just keeps flying around. So the funny thing is I pre-measured all these walls and then like try to cut them all, but I swear the wall changes because they never lined up exactly perfect. So I never actually mentioned that. So some of them are shorter, but either way, it's insulation, doesn't matter. So I pre-cut all of these that are gonna go up there, which is hopefully gonna make this a little bit faster. And I have contacted a guy on Craigslist, or a couple guys actually, that work as a team, and they do sheetrock and all that. So he said that they're gonna come in and do some sheetrock, maybe on Monday. It depends on if I can get that off work, but he said he can do it in a day. So this might have taken me a super long time, but I'm gonna have someone come in a day and just do all the sheetrock. I know this is not by any definition a perfect installation job. However, considering what I had before, it is a humongous improvement. So I have the sheetrock guys. They're actually going to come in, not only hang the sheetrock, but they're going to do first layer mud and tape. So that'll be cool. That'll take a lot of that extra effort that I really just don't want to do out of the equation. I may still have to do like a second, clean up and mudding and stuff like that, and fan going, and go through and sand it and make it ready for paint. So that's definitely going to be a thing. But I just kind of hit this hard. It's about 9 o'clock. I've been at this since about 12:30, 1 o'clock. So I keep telling myself I need to start my diet. But man, Taco Bell sounds really good right now. And I haven't really eaten that much today. So maybe I'll start my diet next week. But looking at all the insulation up, it's kind of exciting. Part of me wants to like paint this white, just straight up white, but I haven't landed on a color yet. So yeah, that's a few steps in the future. Also, while I am getting the sheetrock, I am also going to get the insulation for the doors, because the doors again have a lot of heat absorption and just a radiance out into the garage. So that will be a huge upgrade, especially if I'm going to go through all this work. So the doors are just going to be like a minimal thing. But once again, I'm itchy. Insulation's done. I have 2 random people off Craigslist coming up on Monday, so I'm going to use my newfound case thing, and it has a lock on it. I'm just going to put all my stuff in there that's important. That way they don't have easy access to conveniently walk off with, DeWalt tools. But yeah, I'm going to Taco Bell. I'm hungry. I am going to Lowe's to get sheetrock. It's Sunday. I have tomorrow off, which is going to be spent overseeing random strangers coming to my house. And it is really loud. I'm going to wait till I'm actually in the parking lot. It's 1 o'clock, 1:30 p.m. and I woke up 30 minutes ago. I know, I am a terrible human being. I would pull into the little loading dock area, but I also want to go in and probably buy some more stuff. I want to get a garage door insulation kit, or 3 of them. So, because there's a lot of heat and cold that comes through those doors. So that'll be a huge change. And I don't think I'm going to look at it today, but I might. But I still need to worry about above the garage, all that fluffy stuff they blow around up there. So, yeah, I still got to consider that as well. But I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. Okay. What I think I need is right there. Garage door insulation kit. That's the one I saw on the website. I need 3 of those because I have basically 3 doors. Hopefully that should work for me. This is some bullshit. My receipt, my store, everything that I had said that I was supposed to go to this Lowe's store. Turns out, because they didn't have it, they moved my pickup location to Derby. I have an email that says your stuff is ready to pick up on the East Wichita, or at the East Wichita store. It says pickup location. I was like, here it is. Here's the email. Where's my stuff? They're like, no, Derby has it. I'm like, well, this email says East Wichita. Yeah, but they automatically moved over. So they didn't tell me? What kind of bull? What? Oh my God. What kind of system? That's fucked. I got my garage insulation kit, which is big, but since I'm going to be going into the other place, I don't want it in the back just yet. So I'm a little pissed. 20 minutes later, 15. This whole ordeal, this process is ridiculous. Okay? I have what I need to pick it up at the front counter. It's there. I show up, I see it, and I'm like, this is mine. They're like, oh, well, you have to go to customer service. You have to get a receipt. I'm like, okay, it's right here. I have the receipt on my phone, but whatever. That's your process, whatever. So I go up to customer service. I wait in line. I get my receipt. I think I'm good to go, and I go back to the lumber area where it is, and it's a different person there. I give this person my receipt. She looks at it. She says, oh, you've already picked this up. I was like, no, I bought it online. And she's like, oh, well, you have to take this to customer service and get a pickup sheet. I'm like, what the fuck did I just do? Well, I got them home. 18 pieces of 4x8 drywall. Should be enough. However, if I need more, I have 6 more pieces of 4x8. This is 4x10, sorry. I have more downstairs that are 4x8. But, yeah. It's only 1/2 inch. It's not that 3/4 inch stuff, just 1/2 inch. But it's just a garage. We are back to this. I did do all the insulation and everything around it, and I do have one more box. So I'm thinking I'm gonna unhook this right now, since I probably don't need this right away. Oh, no, there you go. This is a Rainbird. I don't think this has any kind of smart connectivity, so I don't know. It's from July 7th of 2012. So yeah. It's kind of old. It's kind of basic. It's used a lot, but it's kind of basic. But I have to remember what these go to. This is the insulation kit, which is just kind of looks like styrofoam. Probably is, but it was $200 for the styrofoam and some screwdrivers I bought and stuff like that. So hopefully this should make a big difference. Got the first 2 pieces installed. Look at that. Super easy. It's all styrofoam except for this smooth little, side on it. But other than that, I mean, it's gonna take a little bit of time, but that was pretty easy. Honestly, I really like the way that looks. Just straight up bright white. That's kind of cool. Got 2 more to go on this garage door. Overall, it's a pretty simple process. I mean, it's literally styrofoam with a piece of plastic on the other end. Nothing too advanced. But hopefully, if all goes well, it's gonna help keep some of that heat out. Because one thing that I noticed is that today, which is the first day after getting all of my insulation installed, my temperature in here climbed drastically. Today got a maximum of 103 degrees, and I think the max today was like 91. So it just kind of cooked on that garage door, and since the heat had nowhere to go, I mean, it was just like an oven. As soon as I opened this and turned on a fan and opened that door, it dropped like 8 degrees in a matter of 10 minutes. But yeah, I gotta finish all of this before I can really reap the rewards. Also, I got all my electronics and stuff up there, but I'm now starting to think I'm going to upgrade my lights. My lights are bright. My garage is bright, but it could be brighter. Maybe 6 of those super high-end LED 9 million lumen, or maybe 8 just strung up throughout the entire ceiling. I mean, that could be kind of legit. I know, this is like a rabbit hole, just spiraling out of control. One more thing. I'm considering one more upgrade. It's gonna cost, but I think it might be kind of cool. But it looks like it actually lined up. Pretty much they are right here was 5/8 or 3/4, and I got 1/2 inch. So basically it didn't line up, and they put a like a piece of cardboard in order to make that line up. So that worked out really well. Kind of happy because I really didn't want that to be uneven. It's still a little uneven, but at least that can be sanded down and that won't be that bad. Day whatever of this renovation, drywall's done, so I need to sand. Thankfully, I have this. So hopefully I have enough batteries. I'm gonna just sand as much as I can. This sandpaper is 320 grit. It's just what I happen to have on hand. I also have a 400, so if the 320 is not good enough, then I'll knock it down more with the 400. But yeah, I just got a day full of sanding. Also, my 3M mask, it's like 3 years old. So do they expire? I guess I'll find out. I recently, like literally this weekend, weighed myself and I was about 200 pounds, 199.9. So I was like, okay, critical mass, time to go on a diet. So it's Wednesday, I'm working on this garage and I'm just exhausted. I've had 2 chicken legs and some sweet potatoes, but this is the worst part of the diet. I'm just so hungry. It's so bad. So when I was going around and sanding on the other side, I just noticed that the screw holes were just barely, slightly indented, right? Enough to notice, but not very bad. So I just went around and redid and put a little bit on each one. Pretty much with that electric sander, the sanding goes really quick. So I wasn't worried about having extra sanding. I was more worried about, having little dimples in the wall after I paint everything. So like you can see right there, a little bit excessive, but it's gonna get the job done. And that's gonna be really easy to sand with an electric sander. Right now, I kind of took a break from sanding and mudding because I finished mudding. Right now, I'm moving everything outside to kind of clear my garage, and I'm gonna take those down. I definitely have a lot of mudding to do. Good thing I have some mud. The thing that kind of concerns me is this. Like, this is kind of bulging out, and this is held in with nails instead of screws. And I'm not really sure what this is all about. Kind of part of me thinks that maybe there was water damage, and this is, bulging because of the water damage. But I don't know. Unfortunately, I am at a point where I can't go get sheetrock, and the only sheetrock that I have on hand is 1/2 inch. So that was kind of my bad when I built this, or when I bought the sheetrock for this, is that this wall was 3/4, the rest of it's 1/2 inch. The seam there, the guy made look pretty decent, but I had some stuff on the wall, so I got to go back there and make it look better. But if I were to try to swap this out, I need a piece of sheetrock to do it. So I dug into this, and I don't actually think there's water damage. It's just a really piss poor installation. Just some spec building crap. Basically, these contractors come in and they do it as cheap as possible. They nail up. They use nails, look at that. They use nails for drywall, which obviously looks horrible. They nail it up and they force it in, and it looks like crap. So I'm going to try to fix it. Okay, let's just pretend this never happened. Let's pretend for a second that I didn't, try to use 1/2 inch on 3/4 inch patch. And let's pretend for a second that this is perfect. I do not know what day it is in this little project of mine, but as you can see, I have sanded everything, including the ceiling, which sucks. I I got this little hand sander with a pole, and they're like, sorry, you gotta do it manually. I'm like, no, I'm gonna hook a freaking socket to it and use a drill. Never underestimate the power of laziness and creativity. Done, at least on one wall, I think. At least good enough for me to paint. At this point, since it's taken so long, I don't foresee myself being too picky about this because I really just kind of want this to be over. My original concept for this whole garage vlog thing was 2 videos. One, me kind of getting everything started, and 2, hey, it's done, check it out. Oh, how naive of me. Instead, even though I will probably lose a few more mics along the way, this is going to have to be a multi-part series, probably at least 3 or 4 videos. It is Sunday. Wait, no, it's Monday. It's a holiday. It's Labor Day. Yesterday, I was going about this whole wall texturing thing, and I did this wall behind me, and I said, that's it. That's all I can do. I've been working all day. That's it. Then I stopped. I ate. I watched a little bit of Star Trek. And it was 11 p.m. And all of a sudden I felt rejuvenated. I was like, hey, you know what? I could still knock out another wall. Now I can definitely tell that this is not perfect. I mean, I don't know. I guess it'll really come to fruition, if that's the right term, once I get this thing painted, but it's definitely not perfect. Like some spots are really thick, some spots are really thin. So it's not consistent. Definitely not perfect, but at least it'll hide some flaws, right? Which worked really well for this, especially because it was a bigger wall. I had to mix up a ton of mud, etc. But my biggest thing is gonna be the ceiling. Part of me thinks I should just have someone do this for me, texture the ceiling. It would make it a lot easier. But the other part of me thinks I could do it. It would just really suck. That is the worst spot. I redid it 3 or 4 times. It just could not get it right. Oh man, prepping sucks. So much so that because it takes so long and so much tape and shit, I'm just leaving everything prepped because I'm thinking I might spray paint, like spray the paint on, not spray paint it, but you know what I mean. Every single wall is done. Those 2 big pieces. A lot of time goes into prep, which makes me not want to unprep it just because of the whole potential of spraying it thing, but yeah. Absolutely nothing done to the ceiling though. So, I mean, basically I have something scheduled for Wednesday, which needs my garage unlocked, open, and cleared out. That doesn't give you enough clues. tomorrow is Tuesday, and there ain't no way in hell I'm gonna be able to get to the ceiling in any time frame. I plan on taking Wednesday off for this event, but because of the holiday, apparently supplies for my little thing may not be here in time, which means it'll be the weekend, which means if I take Wednesday off, I can have an entire Wednesday to deal with this ceiling somehow, some way, and then that would give me plenty of time. I plan on putting white primer everywhere because part of me wants to know what it looks like white. Really? That's it. I just want to know what it looks like white. I don't know if I actually want it white. I don't think it'll look good white, but I kind of want to see what it looks like white, you know? I mean, you know. So anyways, part 2 is over. Any of you guys that have any recommendations or, you know, judgments, throw them in the comments as always. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and hopefully this will only be a 3-parter. Hopefully. I think so. No, it's actually going to be a 4-parter. But, yeah, I'm out.